got this one running already. Turns out previous owner bought one of these Chinese aftermarket solenoids that are pretty crappy, but he also didn't put it in very well. Both the main power leads were loose and the ground was loose, so that's why I was having trouble cranking over. So I put an OEM one in. Kind of a pain to get to back here when the battery is out, but I got it in, and then added oil because it didn't have any. So I still have to verify if it's got an oil leak. If it does, I suspect it's the lower main seal because there's a bunch of oil right on this pulley, although I don't see any right now. And I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything at the moment, so I don't know yet, but I'm gonna have to clean this engine off and then run it and see if I can definitely locate this oil leak, if it definitely has one, which I suspect it does because all this grime built up. It's got to be leaking from somewhere. Usually either this sump gasket or having seen oil down on here to seal, but at the moment I don't see any fresh. So, but yeah, other than that, it's running now already. So it wasn't the valves, it wasn't the cam, because there's a compression release in the cam that's common to fail on this engine. It wasn't that. It was just the guy put a new solenoid in, didn't tighten it real well. They have to be tight. The electrical connections have to be tight for it to work. Because I checked the valves, they were in spec. Then I took a jump starter directly to the electric starter. By unplugging this, you can do that. You take the jump right to the starter, and it was cranking over fine. So that's when I checked the solenoid, and sure enough, it wasn't bolted in well, wasn't hooked up good. All the connections were loose, so put that in, and then that was pretty much it. It started right up after I added oil. But again, I have to look and see if there's an oil leak. If there is, engine's still definitely gonna have to come up and out. Gotta flip it upside down, and then if it's just the oil seal, I have one. Just pull the old one out, knock the new one in. If it's the sump gasket, I'm gonna have to remove the sump gasket, RTV the sump sealed, close it back up. But we'll see. But at the moment, yeah, it's running. So hood is right there. Put the hood on it for now, and tomorrow I'll hit it with the pressure washer, weather permitting, temperature wise. So yeah, it worked out though. Let's see how it looks with the hood. Oh, and the one back tire definitely needs to be slimed. I can see where there's a crack in it, probably from sitting low. The other one leaks slow, so that one I'll slime too. Front one's held. Missing these caps, I have them. And then clean under this deck, see how the blades are, and if necessary, sharpen them. Looks like somebody had tried to take this off. I don't think it was me, because this is kind of crushed. So I might put a new oil filter on. Let's see here. How do these look? They're not bad, they just need to be sharpened, but they're not worn out. So that's good. Looks like I see evidence that maybe it did have a bagger, because I asked him if it had a bagger, because these brackets here usually hold a bracket that holds a bagger. He said no. And I said, well, look, I was just wondering, because sometimes people forget. But I said, you know, if you know somebody that needed it, you know, you give it to them, that's fine. But I just figured I'd ask, but they just said straight up no. But it definitely had it. So whether they decide to keep it, give it to a family member, that's fine. You're gonna have a little bit of trouble getting it on without these brackets. They're gonna have to order those brackets. So I've seen that more than once, where they forget to take something that's required. So I might find a bagger for it if I can. If not, then we'll run without it. Let me put the hood on. Yeah, it looks good now. Looks like one of them modern machines. Was built in January 2014. So 11, about to be 12. But don't even look 12. 46-inch deck. One thing I did notice about this hood, the reason it's not sitting flush, it had these plastic grommets that would have held the hood up higher. This one's kind of just, you know, like a bag or something to try to hold that one in. So I'll have to try to find something like that. Maybe one more, two different ones that hold this up just a little bit higher. But that's not, I mean, from a distance you can't even tell. So, and then the battery it came with, I charged it. I think this was the one that it came with, unless this is the one that came off the other machine. Gold, I think, is the one that came off this machine. I charged it, but it did die right away. I did have to jump it. Let's see if it charged up enough on its own now. Running. Yeah. Yep. Oop. There it is. Almost there. It's MTD. It's not an AYP. You can tell. This is MTD chassis. The hood they made look like the last Husqvarna AYP one. So that'll fool you, but it's not. But the F&R works good. It moves fast. That's one thing that's cool about the F&R. It's fast in forward and reverse. Reverse, it'll go the same speed as if you were to go forward at the fastest speed. That's the one cool thing about it. I noticed this pedal had a little bit of, this is a pedal drive with it, and then you select how fast you want to go. Pedal pulsated a little bit, but yeah, things gotta be cleaned up, so. Yeah, okay, there we go. I think I see some. Is it? Yeah. I think there's some fresh right there. So yeah, I got an oil seal leak, so that's one other thing I had to do. I had to pull this motor and replace the oil seal. And this should be good to go again. If this was not the fall, almost end of the season, if it was like the summer, it should be a $800-900 machine. What are these now? $2,500, basically. If I find a bag for it, for right now, $800-900. But in the summer, it wouldn't matter. It would still be $800-900, bag or no bag. But we're getting towards the end, so. All right, guys. Just figured I'd share that. I'll make an update, I guess, when I'm just about done with it. Or if I find anything else. All right, later.